So here we go. I equals mx plus b. Do you guys agree with that? Yeah. Okay. What are the two variables that we plug into? What? I can do that. X, Y, M. So I'm going to plug -2 equals 2/3 times 5 over 1. Putting a 1 under a number doesn't change its value. So I have -2 equals 10/3 plus b. Do you guys agree with that? Okay. I'm going to subtract 10/3 y. I want to get b by itself. Okay. All right. Jade, go to my laptop, and I need for you to use the mouse to cut that calculator on. I don't know why it won't cut on. Thank you. All right, here we go. So, folks, if you have calculators, but you don't have this kind. But these are. You have Casio's. Crap. Well, let me just show you. -2 minus 10/3. Put it in parentheses, right? -2, -2 minus 10/3. And I get that. That's what you put, -5.3 repeating. But if it's a repeating decimal, folks, you know, we can do a couple of things. If you were to change it, and you can change it on the Casio using that FD button. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I really don't know why. But if you were to put -5.3, remember that's an approximation, okay? Would you rather have 5.3 million or 5.33 million?
33 million.
Why? Because it's more money, right? Now, we'd all want the 5.3. We don't care. Give us a million. We don't care. But if you're talking about that kind of money, wouldn't you want the greater amount, right? Okay? So if we have -5.3 repeating or -16/3, now we've got to write our equation using the slope that we were given, which was 2/3. That was given to us. Minus 5.3 or 16/3 is the best answer. Okay, because it's not an approximation. Okay? Any other questions on those problems? Did you figure it out, or have you figured it out now? That's the main thing, okay? Pardon me? Yeah, you got to get y by itself. Any other questions? All right, let's move on. So we stopped with example 8. We're still using y equals mx plus b. Folks, we're still plugging everything into that equation. So what am I going to put where here in this example 9? 5 equals 0 times. Yep. All right, and then you ought to be writing this as I talk about it. 0 times any number, 0. Folks, what's 0 plus b? B, right. So very easily I have my y-intercept, don't I? Yeah? So my equation is going to be y equals, let me move that up. Let me put that in a different. Y equals 0x plus 5. You guys agree with that? Should I put 0x? Why would I put nothing down? Because 0 times anything is what? 0. So if I were to keep simplifying, I'd get y equals 0 plus 5, right? What's 0 plus 5? So what kind of line is that? If it is equal to y equals 5, what is that? How do you know? See, that's fast. That's good. How I know that if I have to draw the coordinate grid first, and then I go, oh, y. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, look, it's a horizontal line at y equals 5. But I have to draw the picture first. I can't do it right off the top of my head. Can't do it. Okay? Questions on this one? I'm not going to wait on you today. If you get lost, you better ask questions immediately. If you choose not to take notes, that's on you folks. Okay? I'm recording. If you miss something, go back and watch the recording. It'll be on my homework page. And again, just whatever you want to do. You know best. I don't know what I'm doing. So, it's just nothing but fine. Vertical line passes through -7, -2. Vertical line. Well, where is the vertical line that passes through that point? It is up and down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2. It's going to be this vertical line right here, isn't it? Now, I can't just, a vertical line has what kind of slope? So if I go to looking and trying to fill in, what am I going to substitute in place of M? I can't substitute undefined in for M, can I? I can't do that. Look at that. That looks crazy. Undefined times X, what the crap does that mean? Doesn't mean anything. It means we got to drop back and punt. You can't have that. So what is my equation? Now look at the one we just did. We just did one that said y was 5. It was a horizontal line. Here we know it's a vertical line. What does it pass through, folks? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It passes x at -7. So our equation is x equals -7. And if you need to put an explanation, put the vertical line passes through the point it doesn't cross the point. It passes through the x-axis at x equals -7. That's how we get that equation. And folks, those are those special cases, okay? Those are the exceptions to the rule. You're not going to have an assignment full of those. You're going to have an assignment full of what you did last night for those last 3 examples, okay? Questions on those? All right, let's move on. That was homework. What happens? What's different in example 11? We got another set of numbers. We got 2 ordered pairs, right? Here's what you need to put above. When given 2 ordered pairs. I want you to mark out example 12 because it's going to take up a whole bunch of room. And, okay. When we're given 2 ordered pairs, all right, what's our go-to equation that we're going to plug into? Y equals mx plus b. And the 2 things that we have to have in order to write our equations are what? M and b. How do we, I don't have this slope though, Justin. All right, here we go. Very good. We got to find the slope first. All right, so M is equal to monkey tails on top. Remember that? What are those values? 6 minus 0 over 4 minus negative 2, right on? That gives me 6 over 6, which is 1. That makes it nice, doesn't it? M is equal to 1. Now what? That's the slope. I got to write the equation of the line that passes through those 2 points, though. I just found the slope. Now, nope, second step. Pick an ordered pair. Now, folks, here's my word to the wise. Look at the 2 ordered pairs you're given. We're given negative 2, 0, and 4, 6, right? Which one's the easiest one to work with? The first one. Why the first one? Because it has a 0 in it. Anytime you see a 0, go for that ordered pair because it's less calculations, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to take, I'm going to put a box around that first one, and now we're going to go back to y equals mx plus b. Do I have a y value that I'm going to put into that equation? What is it? 0. It's coming from my ordered pair that I just there we go, boxed up, right? So we got 0 equals, what's our m? 1. And our x? Negative 2, be careful, plus b. What's 1 times negative 2? Negative 2. And then what are we doing? We're adding 2. And that gives us 2 equals b. You guys with me? Yep. Pardon? Hold on. Do I have enough information now to plug into my equation and write a linear equation? Yep. All right. So I've got y equals, what's my m? 1. We found it. X plus who? 2. And Daniel, you said the best way to write that is y equals x plus 2. Either one of those is acceptable. Either one, because they mean the same thing. Comprende? Facile or difficile? Facile? Kind of comme ci, comme ça, assis, assis? Okay. Pretty difficult? Okay. Hey, here's another one. You are going to have to do this problem on a sheet of paper. Does it have a blank back? Go to the back of that then, and let's go back and pick up example 12. 1, 2, 2, 1. 1, 2, 2, 1. This takes up a lot of room. Hey, give this one a shot and see what you can do with it by yourself. Folks, remember right before the rules, if you'll find the slope first, pick an ordered pair, and then substitute your new m and b into a new equation, that's all you do. It's just substitution. It's like substitution on steroids, okay? Now, you go to example 12, and it's points 1, 2, and 2, 1. We got to find the slope. So I always start at that back, the one on the right, and I'm going to have y minus 2 over 2 minus 1, which gives me negative 1 over 1, which is negative 1. How many of you got negative 1 as your slope? Hands up. Good. Very good. All right. Now, no, a little bit. Not really. Look at my desk. Here we go. Pick a point. This one, it doesn't really matter, does it? Doesn't really matter. I'm going to choose the first one just because. Why not? And I'm going to put it into my new y equals mx plus b. What is my y value? 2. My m is -1. My x is 1. And this will allow us to find b, correct? Okay? So I've got 2 is equal to -1 times 1 is -1. I'm going to add 1 to both sides, and I get b is equal to 3. How many of you got your y-intercept as 3? Step 3 said write your new equation, correct? Y is equal to, what was our m? -1. X plus 3. Or the best way, clean it up, -x plus 3. How many of you had one of those two equations? Good. Very, very good. Folks, you got to figure this stuff out. This is a review from Algebra 1. You should already have it figured out. This ought to be gravy. Okay? Ought to be. Ought to be. Go back to example 13. You want to, yeah.
So if you do 2 and 1 instead of 1 and 2.
You get the same answer. Yes, ma'am. Absolutely, you get the same answer. Good question. Yep. Yes. I'd use this up. This is my order pair 1 for x. M is -1 from what I saw for the slope. Okay? Good question. Any other questions? Hey, you want me to show you a shortcut? All right, look at example 13. What do you notice about those two values? Oh, both of the -2's are the y values, correct? Guess what your equation is? Nope. Listen to what I'm asking. What is your equation of that line? Y is equal to what? Folks, what is y equal to? No. They are the same value, folks. What is the same value? If your values are the same, if your x values are the same, you will write x is equal to that value. If your y values are the same, you will write y equals that value. Right on. So what kind of line is this? Horizontal at -2. It's going to look like that right there, correct? What other way could I figure it out to check it? Easier than that. Can I just plot the 2 points and see? Yeah. 5 -2 would be over here, down here. 6 -2 would be down here, down here. Wouldn't that line pass through that? Ah, look at there. Look at number 14. I want on your paper, folks, figure out what that is for me. You figure example 14 yourself. Folks, what do you notice about that? The x's are the same. So if my x's are the same, what's my equation? What kind of line is that? Where? You're right. Don't erase that. Hold up. Because I'm glad somebody did that. Did anybody get to working it out?
I did.
Okay. That means you're a tree person. Now, what in the world does she mean by this? Okay. Folks, have you ever heard you can't see the forest for the trees? Have you ever heard that saying? What does that mean? Now, think about what it means. You can't see the forest for the trees. You can't see the big picture because you're so caught up in the details. I am a tree person. I get caught up in the details. And I would get to working on this problem and going, slope, -8 minus 6, over 3 minus 3. And then I would get up, -14 over 0. Uh-oh, it's undefined, right? I would get caught up in doing the math because I like algebra. I dig equations and stuff. Surprise, right? But this is the same type problem. When I stop and slow down a little bit and go, wait a minute, my slope is undefined. That means it's an up and down line. Where? Then I can step back and go, oh, look, my x values are the same. What's my equation? How many of you think you're going to be able to look at it every time and go, are they the same? How many of you think you're going to do that? Some of you will. You'll be able to look at it. I'm going to get caught up in the details every single time. Could we continue on with details if we get our slope as undefined?
Yeah.
Can I plug undefined in to an equation? No. But can I plug in a zero slope? Yeah. Yeah, I can. I can plug 0 in and work with 0, but I can't plug in undefined. Okay? Keep that filed away somewhere. That's just a shortcut that you may see. You might not see it again. Let's look at another one. Oop, are we done?
Yep.
Okay. Here's what. This is all about, folks. If you don't practice this, you will not understand this. It's your choice what you do. It's totally your choice. It's up to you. You're not going to talk unless you are talking to somebody sitting next to you working on this assignment, okay? But you are going to do the following problems. On page 194, you're going to work the following problems. All right, check this out. 2, 3, 13, 14, 15, 24, 25, 30, 31. Still only 9 problems. Okay? Don't huff and puff.
I was saying that.
Not, oh.
I was surprised.
Oh, it does look like a bunch. I agree. But it's only 9 problems. Folks, I don't care what the instructions tell you. You're going to write these in slope-intercept form. Y equals mx plus b. Write these in y equals mx plus b form. Slope-intercept. Okay? I do not care if it says point slope. No, 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 no. We want y equals mx plus b. Comprende? Our formula that we use. Okay? Everybody know what you have to do.
Yeah.
Everybody's working. Nobody's piddle farting. Nobody likes a piddle farter.